A short story, The Note in the Library Book. Maya Ellis loved two things more than anything: books and quiet. That's why the library was her favorite place in town. Every Saturday, Maya rode her bike to Maple Hollow Library and walked between the tall shelves like they were secret hallways. She liked the smell of paper. She liked the soft lights. She liked that nobody asked her to talk too much. Maya was 10, and she felt shy around new people. That Saturday, she found a book called Adventures Under the Stars. The cover showed a glowing sky full of stars. She smiled, pulled it off the shelf, and sat at her usual table by the window. She opened the book. A small folded note fell out and landed on her lap. Maya blinked. Huh? She unfolded it carefully. The note said, "If you found this, you must love stories too. Here's a question for you. What's your favorite kind of adventure?" A friend. Maya stared at the words. Someone left a note inside the book. It felt like a message in a bottle. Maya looked around. The library was quiet. A few people sat reading. The librarian typed at her desk. Nobody looked suspicious. Maya's cheeks warmed. She didn't know what to do. So she grabbed a pencil from her backpack and wrote below the message in tiny letters, "My favorite adventure is one where someone is brave, even when they're scared." M. She folded the note, slid it back between the pages, and checked out the book. All week, Maya read the story, but she also kept thinking about the note. Who wrote it? Why? Was it meant for her? The next Saturday, Maya hurried back to the library. She returned the book at the front desk, then waited 5 minutes, pretending to browse nearby. Then she walked to the shelf. Her hands shook a little as she pulled the book back out. She flipped through the pages. The note was still there, but now it had a new message. Maya's heart jumped. Brave when scared. I like that. Here's another question. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? A friend. Maya smiled so hard her cheeks hurt. She wrote back, "I'd go somewhere with mountains and stars, somewhere quiet and safe." M. She slid the note back in. This became Maya's secret Saturday tradition. Every week she checked the same book, and every week the note had something new. Sometimes it was a question. Sometimes it was a tiny drawing, a paper airplane, a comet, a smiling sun. Once it said, "I think you're kind. I can tell by how you answer." A friend. Maya reread that line 3 times. No one had called her kind in a long time. At school, Maya wasn't the loudest. She wasn't the funniest. She didn't run the fastest. She mostly listened. But the note writer noticed her. One Saturday, Maya found a bigger message. "Okay, I have a challenge. Let's meet in the library at 2:30. I'll be holding a blue bookmark. If you don't want to, you don't have to. No pressure." A friend. Maya's stomach flipped. Meet? In real life? Maya looked around the library. People came and went. It felt suddenly too bright, too open. What if it was a prank? What if it was someone mean? Maya held the note close. Her fingers were cold. Then she remembered what she had written in the very first message. Brave when scared. Maya took a slow breath. "Okay," she whispered. At 2:25, Maya sat at her table by the window. Her hands rested on the closed book. Her foot tapped the floor without meaning to. 2:28, 2:29, then 2:30. Maya's eyes darted across the room, and she saw it. A blue bookmark, held upright like a tiny flag. It was in the hands of a boy standing near the shelf. He had messy brown hair and a nervous face, like he wasn't sure he should be there. He looked around. Then his eyes landed on Maya. He froze. Maya froze too. The boy walked forward slowly. When he reached her table, he held the bookmark out like it was proof. "Hi," he said softly. "Are you M?" Maya nodded. "I'm Leo," he said. I'm the friend. Maya let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. You wrote the notes? She asked. Leo nodded quickly. Yeah, I didn't mean to be weird. I saw you reading the same kinds of books I like, and I thought maybe you'd want someone to talk to. Maya's face warmed. I did, she said, surprising herself. Leo's shoulders relaxed. Good, he said, smiling. Because I liked talking to you, even when it was just notes. Maya smiled back. Me too. They sat in a quiet pause, then Leo laughed a little. So, he said, if you could travel anywhere, you said mountains and stars. Maya nodded. Yeah. Leo reached into his backpack and pulled out something flat. A picture. It was a flyer for a town event. Stargazing night. Maple Hollow Hill. Next Friday. Bring a blanket. I was going to go, Leo said, but I thought it might be better with a friend. Maya looked at the flyer. Her heart felt like it was glowing. I'd like that, she said. Leo's eyes brightened. Really? Maya nodded again. Really? That Friday, Maya met Leo on the hill. The sky was dark and clear. People spread out blankets and pointed at constellations. Someone brought hot chocolate. Maya and Leo sat on a blanket near the edge where it was quieter. Above them, the stars looked like tiny lamps. Leo pointed up. That one is Orion, he said. Maya squinted. It looks like a stick person. Leo laughed. It kind of does. Maya laughed too. It felt easy. Not loud. Not scary. Just good. When the wind grew colder, Leo offered Maya his extra hoodie. Maya hesitated, then took it. Thanks, she said. Leo shrugged, shy again. You're welcome. Maya looked up at the stars and thought about how a small note in a library book had changed her whole week, maybe even her whole year. She leaned back on the blanket. Leo? She asked. Yeah? I'm glad you left that first note. Leo smiled in the starlight. Me too, he said. Because now, I don't feel alone in the story. Maya looked at him, then looked back at the sky. And for the first time in a long time, neither did she. If you like this story, we release a new one every week, so there are more for your enjoyment. Subscribe, share, and comment, so you don't miss a new short story. I promise to keep them coming.